was the 1990s and everything was awesome. We made it through the 80s, the Cold War was over, and everybody was rich. We had all the excess of the 1980s with none of the uncertainty. Everything was bigger. Everything was badder. Huge dinosaurs were breaking the box office. Arnold was driving around LA in his Hummer that got 2 miles to the gallon, smoking a cigar the size of a baby's arm. Gangster rap. The Black Album. Stone Cold Steve Austin flipping his boss off and giving him the stunner. It was awesome. We were pushing the limits of popular culture, and amidst all this excess and all this bravado came a game that embodied the entire decade. It was loud. It was unapologetic. It was 6 inches from your face. It was full tilt smash mouth madness. It was Doom, and you better write that in all caps. And this is why we love it. The landscape of gaming was changing in the early 90s. Home consoles had taken over the world. Mario, Sonic, brightly colored mascots waging a sales war against each other. Sega does what Nintendo don't. Super Nintendo, now you're playing with power. But while these two rivals led gaming bravely into the 16-bit era, it was a small underground of PC gamers that were going to take everything to the next level. The home computer before the 90s wasn't exactly a household item. The internet was a thing, but most people had no clue about it, and it took 37 minutes to log on. Enter John Carmack and John Romero, 2 game developers out of id Software who couldn't have been more different if they tried. Romero looked like he walked out of a Metallica album cover. Long hair, Tony Stark levels of confidence, playmate girlfriend. This guy was the 1990s. Working across from him every day was John Carmack. He was Dr. Manhattan without the blue skin, a certified genius. When he wasn't making the most iconic PC game of all time, he was building rocket ships. Like peanut butter and chocolate, Carmack and Romero were 2 great tastes that taste great together, and with their powers combined, along with the team at id, they made a game that changed the entire world. Doom was not the first PC game. Doom was not the first FPS. But what Doom did changed the gaming industry forever. It changed the computer industry forever. It is one of the reasons you're watching this video on YouTube right now. Doom wasn't just a game, it was a revolution. It changed what we understood about computers and interacting with other people on those computers at a mainstream level. Doom took the amazing technology that professors at universities had known could change the world for years and put it in your living room. It gave you a reason to own a computer. Doom was not just a game, oh no. But man, was it a hell of a game. Giant hulking demons right in your face, action so fast your heart's pounding like you just chugged a Red Bull, loud heavy metal assaulting your ears between the sounds of your shotgun blasts. A never-ending hellscape where things are always worse just around the corner. Doom was intense. I remember as a kid playing it in the dark, drenched in sweat, completely zoned in, ready to dodge a fireball or mow down a horde of hellspawn with my minigun. I was in it to win it, and the world around me just disappeared. It was the first immersive experience I'd ever had playing a game. I never felt like I was Mario. I never felt like I was Sonic. But when I was playing Doom, I was a 250-pound Space Marine death machine who could run 57 miles an hour and take on anything and everything hell was gonna throw at me. And when I wasn't fighting my way out of hell, I could blast my friends in a deathmatch. id Software figured out something that the entire gaming industry is now centered around. That blowing your best friend up with a rocket launcher while he's not looking is a basic human need. Doom was an experience I couldn't even explain to someone at the time if I tried. My young brain didn't have the words to put it together, and it barely does now. But that was the best part about Doom. I didn't have to tell my friends. I could show them. You see, Doom was something called shareware, which meant you could play the first iconic episode of the game completely free, no strings attached. If you wanted the other episodes, you could send id some money and they would oblige. But the first hit was completely free. My first copy of Doom, I think I've bought the game 10 times since then in various forms, came from a friend of my dad's who brought it over and said we had to check out this crazy game. Tens of millions were exposed to Doom in the exact same way. It was genius because id knew Doom was like Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Suddenly people needed home computers just to play Doom. Office places were banning Doom during work hours. College servers were being completely decimated by the amount of people playing Doom. Without any real advertising or actual release, Doom was taking over the world. But Doom is important for a lot more than creating every college frat guy's favorite pastime. It's important for more than popularizing computers and the technology that allowed us to play Doom. The thing Doom did that makes me love it more than any other game from my early years is how it revolutionized the gaming industry. And how did id Software do that? They just gave it away. After Doom came out, we saw hundreds of games just like it. You couldn't turn a corner without running into a 2.5D FPS. People just called them Doom clones. Doom was a genre of game and we didn't even know it yet. So many of today's biggest titles are inspired by Doom, and many of the top developers who are changing the industry today got their start by modding Doom. You see, John Carmack released the source code for Doom in 1997, and he has done that for a bunch of his engines. He just lets you have them for free. And would-be gamers and wild-eyed kids all over the world who dream of making video games have taken to that code and done some amazing things with it. They've learned from it. They've been inspired by it. Carmack propelled the gaming world forward by giving developers a look at his genius and sparking them to make their own. He could have easily hid it away, but he didn't, and the world is more awesome for it. Doom's modding community is still massive. People are still making Doom mods. If you played Doom in the 1990s and you haven't touched it since then, download Brutal Doom right now and prepare to have your head explode like that guy in Scanners. It is amazing, and it shows how with a little TLC, Doom still holds up today. Mario may have saved the gaming industry, but Doom took it to another level. It created modern gaming. It gave people a reason to own a computer. You know, that thing that changed the entire world? It inspired some of our favorite games today. It's probably the most important title ever created. And more than anything else, damn, it's fun to play. And that is why we love Doom.
How do you express beauty? How do you put it into words? How do you tell its stories and give it life? Make it jump off the page and into someone's mind, into someone's heart? How do you encapsulate that? I have to be honest with you. This is a video that I have wanted to make for a very long time. But every time that I tried, I've been at a loss for words on how to describe the immensity and the beauty hidden inside of the gem that is the world of Minecraft.